In part 2 of this interview, we found out that Blood Ties was first a short film and director Yee-Wei had always intended for his story to be a full-length feature. Now in part 3, we find out what incidents had inspired the Singaporean filmmaker to write and direct the supernatural thriller. Yeah, how did the story come about? Was it through a personal experience, research, or just creative ideas?
It's, I'll say many things are influenced, many stories are influenced by, we get inspiration from real life. For me, it's the concept of the Chinese believing that on the 7th day after you pass, you'll come home. And then there are a lot of traditions where, for my case, my grandfather, when he passed, on the 7th day, usually the Chinese have they will lay out some food for your grandfather or your whoever passed to come home. And my friend who passed a few years ago, same thing. For Chinese they do that. Then on the 7th day, they will prepare food, and some will put powder on the floor to see if their footsteps. And same thing was done with my grandfather. So that night, my aunt heard chains being dragged and some footsteps. One of them woke up and peeped into my grandfather's bedroom, and the rocking chair was rocking with smoke in the air. And he used to like to rock on the rocking chair and smoke his pipe. The next morning they woke up, they saw footsteps on the floor, as well as the rice. You can see when you put the rice as a round, it's like you compact it and it's round. You can see depressions, finger depressions. It's very freaky. Okay, and as I heard about this story, I told people. I realized that there are people out there who also have similar experience. My DP said, "Hey, you know what? When I don't know what, I think it was grandfather. He said, oh, they were very. They also tried the rice thing, and they also saw depressions." Okay. Another freaky thing was my grandfather. Before he was being pushed to be cremated, everyone was standing around him, his body, to have a last look, his eyes open. So not just myself. I mean, I wasn't there to see it, but my family members, they all saw it. So they were like, "Oh, go easy, don't worry so much." There are things you can't explain, and drawing from all these things that you hear about, and I thought, what if you die and you come back on the 7th day? What would you do? And I pose this question to myself as I write the story, and I put myself in the shoes of that guy. If I died the way he did, and I came back on the 7th day, what would I do?
Okay, very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So it did come from like a personal place, right?
Influence, I'll say inspiration.
Stay tuned to find out if Blood Ties can provide something fresh to the horror genre, especially when horror movies are losing favour in Hollywood.